Good morning, friends. This is Eddie Singh on the channel Aging This Way Eddie Singh. And I would like to emphasize upon the fact that often ideas rule the world. We should always try to, encompass, or we should always try to inculcate gathering ideas on any topic. Today's topic is very relevant and is very significant for all intellectuals, students, and all those who are willing to write essays or willing to talk about and compete in any competition or deliver a lecture or improve their skill of spoken and written English. The thought in the morning is that education is not simply filling of a pole. It represents positively lightning of fire, igniting a lifelong love for learning and critical thinking. I repeat the thought. Education is defined as just lightning a fire, signifying igniting lifelong love for learning and critical thinking. There is no denying the fact, friends, that most of us take education as just acquiring knowledge, filling a hole in the mind, representing passively receiving limited knowledge. No, it's not that. Education is not simply receiving knowledge. It is not only cognitive aspect. It is having psychomotive domain, and that emphasizes lightning a fire. That means signifying curiosity, igniting curiosity and lifelong love for learning and critical thinking. The fire of learning can spread. It is an active and continuous spread of knowledge. It is just continue to create a kind of curiosity in the mind. The Paul, this metaphor represents a pacified approach to education, where knowledge is simply poured into students' mind like filling a bucket. That is the modern education. Modern education is simply, taking the mind as a bucket and they're filling information. That is the, fallacy in the modern education. The process of modern education must be igniting curiosity in the mind of the children, in the learner. This metaphor represents an active and dynamic approach to education. The goal of education must be to ignite a student's passion, curiosity, and desire to learn. A fire can spread, grow, and self sustain as long as it has fuel, symbolizing continuous and active participation in the process of education. Friends, many of us believe that education is just becoming, you know, cognitive, that means knowledge oriented, which is our just, wrong approach. We believe that education is becoming simply knowledge oriented. The need is to make it curiosity oriented, research oriented. So the most important thing in education is to understand the importance of search for knowledge, curiosity for research, and desire to have critical thinking. you know Globally speaking, the purpose of education must be to develop the cognitive and psychomotive domain of learning for the students. Many of us believe that the the quote emphasizes on going for incorporating all skills of knowledge, but the fact is that we have to understand that in these modern age, students acquire knowledge without developing curiosity, which is not at all good. Proving that a prolific writer and frequent speaker never said or never wrote collection of words as a challenging one. We are convinced with the fact that one has to be very curious, one has to address the issues of the society through education. So education is a very powerful tool to bring out a change in the society. The society can be radically changed only through education. Education can change, the entire society. Society needs to be changed through education. The most of the educationists believe that college education has become simply lecture oriented, but the fact is that the work of project, research, and interaction has made education now little bit better. So there is a need to search for knowledge through research, experience, and curiosity. Curiosity is more important. Why I am talking about curiosity? The fact that once the child is curious to know what is the reality about a fact, about a concept, he will certainly tend to find out, he will certainly tend to go for developing a critical thinking about an issue, because the society needs to have those talents who are having critical and creative thinking, because it needs a better shape, and the shape of the society entirely depends upon the mind of the youth. If the youth, who are the real architect of the nation, if they are curious, if they are ignited of their mind, if they are curious of learning, if they are curious of getting new ideas and making research on a concept, they will definitely find out new inventions, new technology, and they will integrate society with all the skill they have learned to make us live better and better. And that is what I wanted to emphasize upon. Friends, education is not simply filling a pile of knowledge, it is just igniting your mind, making you curious, and developing a kind of scientific and logical thinking in you. And that is what I wanted to emphasize upon. Thank you. Have a nice morning.